Hello class, welcome to session 2 of unit 6, Corporate Ethics and Management. At the end of this unit, you should be able to understand ethical management, understand the importance of managing a business ethically, understand the relationship between ethics and management, understand the mission of the board of directors, understand the responsibility and accountability of the board. Corporate ethics and management. Management is defined as a pursuit of organizational goals efficiently and effectively by integrating the work of people through planning, organizing, leading and controlling the organization's resources. We know the functions of management include planning, organizing, leading and controlling. So as a manager, how you ethically, effectively and efficiently integrate the work of people through planning and the other functions of management. And inculcating ethics is what we mean by ethical management. Management can also be defined as a process of getting things done effectively and efficiently with and through people. To be effective means to achieve results, to make the right decisions, and to carefully carry them out so that they achieve organizational goals. So efficiency is your ability to achieve a particular goal that you've set for yourself. So if you're able to achieve your goal for today, that means you've been efficient today. Efficiency is concerned with the means, efficient use of resources like people, money, and equipment. So efficiency is how you are able to achieve the efficient end goal. To be efficient means to use resources, people, money, raw materials, and the like to achieve a particular goal cost effectively and like wisely. Management activities include making decisions, allocating resources, directing activities of others to attain goals. So as a manager, you are going to make decisions for the organization. You are going to allocate resources as per the decisions that you've made. You are going to direct activities of the people to achieve a particular goal. 6 essential leadership responsibilities of managers that build effective teams, build trust, communicate, offer sufficient resources and autonomy. You have to sometimes allow your people to work on their own with the right resources and authority. Build self-efficacy. Be confident in yourself. Hold team members accountable when they should be held accountable. Conduct routine debriefing. Here you'll be able to assess the performance, know what is needed at what level of their production. 6 challenges of being a star manager. These are some of the challenges that managers face in their quest to be effective managers. Managing for competitive advantage, staying ahead of your rivals. How do you manage to attain a competitive advantage? Managing for diversity. The future won't resemble the past. So sometimes you need to ensure that people from different cultural backgrounds, values, principles, efficiency, productivity, expertise are involved in your organizational management. Managing for globalization, you need to identify the need for globalization. We are in a global world now. Trade, international trade is increasing. So you need to expand the organization to include management, university as well. Managing for information technology. You need to manage and incorporate information technology in your organization to promote innovation. Managing for ethical standards. Ethics is very important in an organization. Managing for your own happiness and life goals. Levels of management. Top managers, middle managers, first line managers. Top managers are strategic managers. They are the ones that make strategic planning. They are responsible for making decisions about the direction of the organization, where to go from here. Middle managers are tactical planners. They plan and manage the activities of the other managers. So here, they are more of people trying to be tactical. So what do we do so that we can achieve a particular goal? We have first line managers. They are people involved in operational planning. They are responsible for managing non-managerial activities in the organization. So they are right on the job. So functional, operational, they are right on the job. Tactical, how do we get to what strategic planning has proposed? Top managers strategize and plan for the organization. Managerial functions, roles, and skills. Managerial functions include planning, organization, leadership, controlling. We've looked at this. The manager's roles, according to Mansberg's useful findings, include interpersonal roles, how you relate with other people in the organization. Information roles, how you deliver information to others in the organization. Decisional roles, how you make decisions to suit yourself, the organization, and whatever situation you find yourself in. The critical skills for star managers need in managing. These are some of the skills that are critical for a star manager to have in an organization. Conceptual skills, interpersonal skills, technical skills, political skills, human skills, decision-making skills, conceptual skills, your ability to think and conceptualize situations, interpersonal skills, how you relate with people in the organization, technical skills, what are your expertise, what do you know, political skills, your ability to make a movement, organizational politics, remember. So as a manager, you should have political skills, human skills, how to use emotions, appreciate people's thoughts, and accept people as they are. Decision-making skills, your ability to make decisions. The most valued traits in managers include the ability to motivate and engage others in decision-making. The ability to communicate effectively in an organization is also very important. Responsibilities and accountability of management and board of directors. These are the primary objectives of a manager, carrying out and attaining the mission and the goals of the business unit that you manage. It is very important for you to be able to carry, at least for the units that you manage, the particular goals that you've set for yourself. Developing a superior workforce. It is important that you identify the right people for the kind of job that you have in your unit so that your workforce can be unbreakable. Development of the department. It's important for you to develop your department with the necessary skills and training that they may need. Development of an employee-oriented company culture. It is important that you develop the employees or the team members in your unit. You inculcate into them. You infiltrate their personal values and inculcate the organizational company values and culture. Personal ongoing self-development is also important towards the growth of employees. That as a manager, you should make sure that you practice personal self-development and inculcate it into the organization and the employees because you set the tone for how they behave. Primary responsibilities of a manager. I'm going to pick them randomly. We have plan, lead, organize, and control. These are the basic functions of a manager. Perform human resource management functions. Coach, mentor, and develop your staff. Foster a spirit of teamwork and unity. Ensure health and safety of the workforce. Maintain transparent communication. This would promote performance and job satisfaction. You can also identify issues where the need be. Managers' job requirements include knowledge and experience, knowledge of the functions, operation, and mission of the specific department, good communication skills, outstanding interpersonal relationship building, and employee coaching and development skills. Demonstrates the ability to lead, excellent technological skills, general knowledge of various employment laws and practices, and employee relations are what makes up a manager's job requirements aside what is required of him in his duty and responsibility. The board of directors. The primary responsibility of a board of directors is to protect the shareholder assets, ensure shareholders receive a decent return on their investment, establish the organization's mission and goals, provide oversight of the HR management practices to achieve the mission and goals of the organization, be accountable to the board for human resource management policies. So the board of directors, they are the center of the organization, the heart of the organization, the brain. So that's where these are the people that make decisions for the organization. They sit down and deliberate on how the organization should move. So these are the people that make the strategic planning of the organization, the top management. The board of directors are also put in place or voted or elected into power or appointed into position so that they can protect the shareholders' interests fundamentally. That is their existence, to protect the shareholders' interests and to establish organization's mission and goal, fusing it into the shareholders' interests, to provide oversight of HR management practices and achieve organizational goals. So the board of directors should be duly appointed and effectively selected in an organization. They are very important for the success of the organization. Principal objectives of the board of directors is to ensure that the corporate body is properly managed in order to protect and enhance shareholder value and to meet the primary corporate body's obligations to shareholders the industry in which it operates, and the law. Remember, I said the fundamental existence of the board of directors is to protect the shareholder needs. So here we are saying that you have to protect and enhance shareholder value, either through dividend payments or capital gain. Capital gain, the share prices will gain value compared to how they bought it. So they will get capital gain. And you have to meet corporate bodies' obligations to shareholders. It is very important as well. Protect the interests of other stakeholders. Relevant as a derivative of the duty of the shareholder. You're supposed to protect the interests of other stakeholders as a relevant derivative of the duty of shareholders. So the duty of you as a board of director is to the shareholders, but you have to protect the interests of other stakeholders as well. Principal duties of the board include strategically guiding the corporate body to keep within its objective as an organization. So you have to make sure that the organization is in line with the objectives that they've set for themselves. Oversee the management and conduct of the business. It is important for you to oversee the management and conduct of business in an organization. Identify risk in the implementation of systems that manage risk. It is important for you to identify the risk of an organization and implement systems to manage the risk. Succession planning and the appointment, training, remuneration, and replacement of senior management is the duty of the board. They are the ones who are involved in succession planning. Succession planning will mean a situation where you put measures in place that people at vantage position in the organization are going to be replaced as and when the position becomes vacant. So if you have the CEO, you start training someone to take his place when the seat becomes vacant. So either the CEO is retired or decides to quit the job. You have to make sure there is someone that you've been planning to come and take the position. That's what we call succession planning. And appointment, training, remuneration, and replacement of senior management is the duty of the board. Oversee internal control systems, maintenance of the corporate board's communications, and information dissemination policy. The board will be accountable to the company and its shareholders. It is very important. The board is accountable to the shareholders. The size of the board, the ideal number of board members should be 8 to 16. Appointments should be formal and transparent. Below, we are going to identify some biographical information of all new directors. This would ensure transparency and we would know how formal they are. Name, age, country of principal residence, whether appointment is executive or non-executive. Working experience and occupation, normally for the past 10 years, you should disclose to us what you've been doing. Other directorships. So over the past or the present 5 years, the past 5 years to present, what other boards have you been director on? You should disclose it to us to avoid any conflict of interest. Shareholding in the corporate body and its subsidiaries. If you have any shares in organizations, make it known to us. These are all transparency issues to avoid conflicts of interest. If you have any family relation with any director or a substantial shareholder as well, it is your principal duty to make us know if you have such a relationship. And to avoid any conflicts of interest, you need to go through orientation, training. So with orientation and training, you know your duties and responsibilities as a director on the board. For training, they'll train you, inculcate into you the ethical values that you want or the skills that you need for you to duly execute your duties as a director. Multiple board seats. You shouldn't be on multiple board seats in other organizations. So you should be loyal to the organization in which you are a director. That is very important. So you need to disclose this information as well for transparency reasons. Managerial ethics and management strategy. Managerial ethics is a set of principles and rules dictated by upper management that define what is right and what is wrong in an organization. So management ethics include the principles and ethics, the rules that are dictated by upper management to define what is right and wrong in an organization. Managing or promoting workplace ethics include be a role model and be visible. You are going to set the tone for ethical practices. So you should be visible. Let employees see what you do and how you handle some situations in an ethical manner. Communicate ethical expectations. If you expect something of someone, it is important that you communicate what you want the person to do. So communicate ethical expectations. Offer ethics training. This is very important in the organization. You need to offer ethical training so that employees who do not have the values of the organization can incorporate it or inflate it with what they have. Visibly reward ethical acts and punish non-ethical ones. Provide protection mechanisms, mostly for people that are whistleblowers. We know what whistleblowers are. If something unethical is going on, the person that will come and tell you behind closed doors or secretly is a whistleblower. Other emerging ethical issues include the ability to be fair, fairness, misuse of a company's time and resources. It is important that you don't misuse company time and resources, mostly for your personal use. Consumer fraud is very important. You have to avoid frauding consumers. You have an ethical responsibility towards your consumers and your customers. You have to avoid fraudery of customers. Abusive power is something that is very unethical in an organization. So if you're in a managerial role, it's important that you do not abuse your power. Importance of ethics: satisfying basic human needs, safeguarding your seats, protect and respect your business's assets, ensure that your workers perform in an environment with integrity and strong ethics. These are the importance of ethics for a manager to have: to satisfy the basic human needs, respect their rights, safeguard the organizational assets, protect your assets itself, and ensure that workers perform in an environment that is full with integrity and strong ethics. Factors reshaping and redefining management. Changing workplaces. Sometimes when you change workplace or you are rotated to a different job or task, it's going to cause an effect on how you would organize yourself and manage the people there with ethical values. Ethical and trust issues. Sometimes there are going to be ethical and trust issues which is going to affect the management process. Global economic uncertainties are things that affect the day-to-day existence of an organization. So with uncertain global economic conditions, you wouldn't know whether you would have to change your mode of delivering in the organization or not. Changing technologies, innovation are some of the things that affect the way management delivers on the job. Management or managing for competitive advantage. You want to stay in a continuous, sustainable future with customers and other stakeholders in the organization. So it's important to manage how you do that. Managing information technology. Managing for globalization. Globalization and internationalization is continually causing changes in organizational policies in our day-to-day life as well. So it is important that we manage for globalization and organization. We've come to the end of session 2. We have learned about ethical management, the importance of managing a business ethically, the relationship between ethics and management, the board of directors and the board's mission, the responsibility and accountability of managers and the board as well. Thank you. See you in the next session of Unit 6.